What's up everybody, Brick Sanchez here, today with another episode of Building Lego Hogwarts, and in today's episode we're going to be taking a look at the Moaning Myrtle's bathroom as well as the Chamber of Secrets. Now before we go any further, be sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, leave a like and leave a comment, let me know what you think, and you might be featured in my next video as well. Now it's been quite some time since I've did an update on the Lego Hogwarts castle, as I've been working a lot on my journey to Hogwarts Moc, but now that that's finished I can finally continue to work on the castle itself. Alright guys, so at the moment we are on the left side of the quad building, so on the right side we have our great staircase tower here, and then on this floor is where we're gonna be looking at today, as the bottom floor is still under construction. That's the potions classroom. Now we do have the new set which I want to use to make that nicer and to clean this, clean this entire thing up with some rock work. And then we have the floor above it, which is a new room that I'm working on with a very special mechanism, very secret room here. But I just wanted to show you what it looks like out here, as I've added some texturing to the windows, but I'm actually not really sure if I like it or not, so let me know what you guys think of that. I think I might actually prefer to remove these tiles completely and to just have like the windows inlaid by a half a stud with a jumper plate, so they are more like inside of the building, and I'm using all of these texture bricks to kind of give it more, to get rid of the flat wall effect. That's what I actually try to do. But so yeah, anyways, I don't think that this, it just looks a bit weird in my opinion. So anyways, let me know what you think of that. Now on the left side here, I am very satisfied with the window design. We have this kind of bay window here, which kind of resembles the same type of windows that we have going on in Moaning Myrtle's bathroom, where we have the washing, the kind of washing thing in the middle of that circle, which is not the case out here, as it is a bit too small for that. And then the final detail that we have on the outside here are these little spiders, which are fleeing from, of course, the basilisk. Now let me remove this floor out here so we can have a look on the interior of the Moaning Myrtle's floor. Now there are a couple of ways how you can reach the floor of this side of the building here, and one of them is through the grand staircase tower, which has a little archway out here. Now there's also this exterior archway on this side, which will eventually have a stair leading to the grassy area, and on the other side of the building there's also an archway leading to the quad courtyard. And in this little hallway I decided to put Colin with his camera on there, as a callback to the Chamber of Secrets movie, of course, and him being right next to the Chamber of Secrets where the snake will come out and petrify him. So yeah, I've also used a Game of Bricks effects board to get that little flashing effect in there, which I think looks pretty cool to add some more lighting motion in here as well. Alright, so now moving on to the first scene that we have going on in the bathroom. We can open up this wall and fold it up like that, and then we will see Ron and Hermione here brewing the Polyjuice Potion. So we have a couple of bottles out here, and we have those cool little green new glass type pieces that came with the set here. Now Harry's also present in this scene, even though he's in the kind of section next door here, where you can see him in the back looking in the mirror like he does in that scene in the movie itself. Now behind these two we have the 3 toilet stalls, which are based on the same design as we have in the set itself. I just added some of these, you know, pyramid stuff on top here to kind of represent those poles. And behind every of these stalls there's a little Easter egg. So starting off with the first one, we have Cat Hermione here. So of course the iconic scene where Hermione accidentally takes a cat's hair instead of a human hair. That could probably happen if someone tried to make a Polyjuice Potion out of me as well. But so yeah, moving on with the second scene, we have this little splashing effect, which kind of represents the scene where Moaning Myrtle kind of like dives into the toilet bowl, and it kind of the water shoots up like that, and then we have a bit of spilled water on the floor as well. And then we have the third stall, which is literally the third stall, as there is a little turd in the toilet bowl. There's also a bit of liquid on the floor there, so someone did their business in there and didn't really clean up after themselves. Alright, so now I've turned off the big lights in the Lego room here, just so we can have a better look at the lighting elements that we have going on in this first section here. So as you can see, we got some flickering candles in the back, which are just a slow flickering effect. There are 2 effects in this effect board with a flickering type of effect, so it's nice to see like both of them being a bit different. Then we also have a little bit of a pulsating effect going on out here in our foam piece here, which looks pretty cool. And then of course through the window there from the door and the window out there, you can also see Colin Creevy's camera, which has a rapid flashing effect in there. Now I didn't want to add too much light in this room, not to make it too bright, because most of the scenes in here are kind of like moonlit. So what I did, which you will see in the other side here, is add some light blue lights which kind of shine through out here as well, so you can kind of have that moonlit effect going on here. And now this entire side of the bathroom can be taken off like this using some wireless connectors, so I can easily move it around. And also, so you know, the effects board out here, the little door there, which uses an older OG element in there, And then we can place the entire structure back out here pretty easily, and the lights will turn back on again. So. And then for the second scene in the bathroom, we can open up this bay window here, which will reveal this octagonal sink type thing, which is of course the entrance to the Chamber of Secrets. Now we have Lockhart here, we have Ron, we have Harry, a second Harry in the back of course. But on the left side we also have the Moaning Myrtle figure, and I've used this light blue one to kind of match the moonlit effect which we have going on with the tiles here and with the lighting as well. Now in this scene, Harry and Ron open up the entrance to the Chamber of Secrets, which I tried my best to kind of recreate the same mechanism in Lego. Now I would have loved to have all of the things going apart, but in this space that we have going on out here, it was just pretty impossible to do so. Now we do have a little mechanism which I still want to tweak a bit, as it's not working 100% correctly, but if we insert our little wand here in the Technic hole on the left side and we twist it down like that, you can see the sink will come down and there is a hole in the middle where the characters can fall through, and they will fall into the Chamber of Secrets. Now the disc also goes up a little bit and drops down whenever I put this up again. Now as you can see in the end there, when I try to lift the thing up, it kind of shoots upwards, which is something that I want to try and fix in the future as well. Alright, so now I've once again turned off the big lights in the room here just to show you all of the lighting elements that we have going on out here. Now in the dark, I really love the way it looks. It's a bit difficult to see on camera, but you can see some type of like kind of moonlight coming through here. I really love the blue lights in there, and it shines perfectly on the Moaning Myrtle figure as well as on the floor that we have going on here. So I'm really satisfied with that result. Now I also tried to recreate that rounded window that we have in the back there, and I've actually used a Millennium Falcon piece for that. But now seeing the Notre Dame in Lego, it has a perfectly kind of, you know, rounded stained glass type of window, which I think would work perfectly for there. It's also the same size, so I'm gonna try to get that from Pick-a-Brick and change it up in there. But we also have a light going on in that window as well, which kind of makes it look more like there's blue light shining through. So in total we have 3 blue lights. We got one out here, one in the window, and then another one in the archway underneath here to kind of give it that subtle you know, moonlit effect. But yeah, so far the lighting on this side. Now if you have any question about that, all of the lights that I use are from Game of Bricks. You can find their store in my description, and you can also find some tutorials on my Instagram page where I show you how I've placed all of these lights in here and in other projects as well. Now finally, I do also have a wireless connector here, so we can take it off and place it back here like that, and the lights will turn on. Now to also house the mechanism for the moving sink there, I had to make these 2 floors as one big block here. So luckily I can grab this tower here easily, and so I can show you what it looks like. Now let me close this up here. I can show you kind of what it looks like in the back. It's still really messy, but so yeah, you can have a little look at the mechanism there. It's pretty hard to see. So yeah, you can see a bit of that. So the mechanism is a bit hard to access, as I had to do some maintenance at it before making this video, and I kind of had to tear apart this entire bottom floor here. But yeah, anyways, that is what it looks like out here. Now on this left side you can see a little curved wall there. That is the kind of sliding mechanism which will lead the figures to this side, so it's pretty difficult to see, but so the figures will fall out of this and they will fall right into this hole there, which connects to another little slide which goes down to the Chamber of Secrets. So let's have a look at that now. Alright, then going down to the floor of the Chamber of Secrets, in the back there you can see the round pipe through which the characters will fall through. Now let me try to show you how that's done. As you see, Harry just fell through there, then they fall into this pit of bones, and then, as you know, there's a scene where Gilroy Lockhart tries a memory charm and it backfires using Ron's wand, and then like all of the stones collapse and stuff. So in a similar fashion as I've done in my previous Chamber of Secrets Moc, which I've made a very long time ago, I can insert my little wand in this hole here. It's pretty hard to see now on camera, and then you can twist this. Try to do it from this side. You can twist this, and then the rocks will appear here. So that's kind of how that works. So yeah, that is one of the features that we have going on in the Chamber of Secrets down here. And then moving down here, we have the entrance to the Chamber of Secrets, the real entrance. We have this circular door here with all of the snakes on it. And then once again, you can see a little Technic hole out here. And I can insert my wand again, and then we can just open and close it like this. So yeah, I've used the same design as we had in the set, the Chamber of Secrets set from a few years ago. But I just made it open up like this with a pretty easy mechanism. And then moving on to the Chamber of Secrets itself, of course, the star of the show. Now, as you can see, I kind of recreated that pathway in the middle. Then we have the snakes on the left and right side. Now, I really love this design with the green snakes out there that we had in the set, in the official set as well. Then I've also added some lights to it. I really love the way that that looked, like kind of has this slithering feel. But now I've also motorized the snake or the basilisk as well as Fox, so we can move them around so you can see. And from time to time the basilisk will hit Fox there, but it's pretty alright. He never comes loose, so it looks pretty alright. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm using a little remote control out here. We can also make him go backwards, but yeah, we have to make him go forward. But so anyways, yeah, you can see in the back we have Voldemort there, Tom Riddle, we have Ginny on the floor, we have the Sorting Hat, and we have the Harry with the Sword of Gryffindor out there, of course. Now before sliding out the entire Chamber of Secrets, I just want to show you how I've done the lighting in here. So on the right side you can see there's just a regular white bit light, which I've placed behind the 2x2 round jumper tile. So the light kind of shines through a small little hole and creates like a little bit more of a focused look, which I tried to kind of recreate from the movie scene itself. You can also see in the back there's a similar light, and on the left side you can see we have two similar lights as well in the Chamber of Secrets. Now let's take a closer look at those. Now in the Chamber of Secrets, the first thing you will see is all of the green lights coming from the snakes. Now those look pretty great, don't get me wrong, I do love those. They kind of give a very Slytherin-like feel, but sometimes it can be a bit too bright. So what I've done out here in the front, I've added an IR sensor, which when I touch it like that, turns off those lights, which leaves us with the effect, the similar effect that we have next door here, with kind of like the light seeming like it kind of shines through those pipes. And I've added 3 of them out here, and I really love the spotlight effect that it kind of gives on the floor there. It really reminds me of the movie. So I'm very satisfied with that. Now in the back you can also see a little green flickering light. That's actually the light of the battery box. So I'm very happy that it is in green and not in red or something, so I can kind of like, when this is turned back on, you don't really even notice that. Alright, so now to slide out the Chamber of Secrets, we just lift it up a little bit, then it gets off the wireless connector, and now we can just slide it out here very carefully, like so. Now we can lift up the entire thing. Now you can see the ugly behind the scenes here, but we'll take a look at that on my Black Lake. Alright, so here we have a bit of a closer look at the scene here. So we got Tom Riddle out there with the diary, then we have Ginny, we have Fox, the Sorting Hat, and then Harry out here, of course, with the Sword of Gryffindor. We have this same hat that I've used also from the set, of course. And then we got some water on the right side going on as well. Alright, now let me show you what this mechanism looks like from the top. So I have this remote here, which I can use like this. As you can see, we have this motion going on. Now this remote control, as well as the battery, as well as the receptor, the IR receptor, are not real Lego products. So I bought these actually on AliExpress. They're a lot cheaper, and I especially bought it because the battery box is USB rechargeable. So let's take a look at the back side here. Now you can also see how the cable management is done out here. You can use some rounded studs. We just have a little opening, which are just great to channel the little wires under. And then in the back out here you can take a look at the mechanism. So as you can see, it's a real mess out here. This is always the behind the scenes, you guys. So in the little reels and stuff it might look very, very beautiful, but in reality there's a lot of ugliness going on behind the scenes here. But anyways, as you can see, we have the battery box, which is connected to the IR sensor, which is connected to a motor which you have going on the left side here. Now if we twist the motor, or if we turn it on, you can see our cam mechanism there and the way it works. So you can see that the body of the snake is on like a kind of shaft which can move in that direction, but it can also tip up and down. And then that is connected in the back using these technique things out here. And there's a little turning mechanism which will then move it in that type of direction. Now that in itself again is connected via these gears to this circular motion, and the circular motion, as you can see, can push Fox out there, and because it goes through this little hole out here, it can kind of change direction. Now the fun thing about this is I can always remove this one, just in case when I want to have like a scene with just Harry and the Basilisk in there, of course. And then I can just easily attach him back on here, and then we can just move him around again, like so. Then out here we also have the slide coming from the little hole out there, which takes our guests to the Chamber of Secrets. But so yeah, that is kind of how this mechanism works and how I've done it. But yeah guys, so far today's episode of Building Lego Hogwarts. Now I truly hope you have enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment, let me know what you think, and hopefully I will see you in the next one.